Nice. I like that transition from that very raspy rock influenced vocalization here to that softer. Hello, beautiful people. What's up? It's your girl Rosalie. Welcome back to the ultimate world music reaction channel. I'm trying my blue light glasses here because my eyes get tired from all the light. Welcome back to the ultimate world music reaction channel, where we are all about music and psychology, going on these awesome musical rides around the world, exploring artists. Today I want to check out a band named Stained, S-T-A-I-N-D, from Massachusetts, if I saw correctly, Springfield, Massachusetts. And their song, Something to Remind You, the live version. This this song was put out 6 years ago and has over 64 million views. So I don't know what to expect. I'm assuming, guessing, thinking it might be rock, but no idea. So let's get started. Let's dive straight in. Oh, and a couple of things real quick before I forget. I want to give a couple of special shout outs today because you guys are amazing. As many of you may know, a lot of these videos, they get copyright claims on them because we're reacting to songs that belong to others. And so oftentimes they can't be monetized, which means hours of work go in and then unfortunately the actual content creator doesn't get a cut. But that's okay. I love doing these things for you. So I just want to say thank you to those of you who are still supportive, who buy coffees. I might change that to books. On Buy Me a Coffee, you can change it to pizza or book. But too much coffee is not good. So maybe I'll change it to books and you guys can buy me books and support me that way. Or maybe Patreon. Thank you for your support, for making it possible that I can keep bringing you awesome content. Welcome to all our new subscribers. We're growing fast. Join the ride. Today I want to give a special shout out to a few of you guys. Shout out to Mike the Dad Crosby. Shout out to Scott R. A. Tinker, Guts VB, to Alexander Mills, to Randy White. Thank you so much, you guys, for your support, for buying super thanks. It really means a lot. All right, guys, we're going to check this out. This video was viewed over 64 million times. So are you ready? Here we go.
So I hope everybody had a good time this evening.
He already has a dope speaking voice. I gotta take these off. So much glare.
So this is it. I say goodbye to this chapter of my ever-changing life. And there's mistakes, the path was long, and I'm sure I'll answer for them when I'm gone. So when the day comes and the sun won't touch my face, tell the one who cared enough that I finally left this place. That's been so cold. Look at my face, all the stories it will tell I can't erase. The road is long, just one more song, a little something to remind you when I'm gone, when I'm gone.
Okay, cool guitar solo in the beginning. Beautiful introduction and great way to accompany this. It seems to me like this is the end of the concert based on what he said in the beginning. Hoping they had a good time, and the song kind of just seems like ending on a more calm, somber note. Interesting lyrics. We'll talk about those in a second. And his voice is dope. When he started speaking, I'm like, oh, snap, he has a cool speaking voice. His singing voice is cool too. I think something to keep in mind when there are a couple of, off-pitch notes there, which happens to pretty much everybody when singing live. It's really hard to hit every single note perfectly. After singing for hours, possibly on a concert, you're singing live. There's no extra support. Can happen to everybody. That's why sometimes such videos are fascinating to people when they see these amazing vocalists just, be off key for a second. Happens to all of us, or to almost everybody. And so I think that's important to keep in mind, that if we're hearing any of those, moments where it sounds a little bit off key, off pitch, because it's live and it's hard to sing live. But I'll talk about the lyrics in a second. Let's keep listening.
The road to hell along the way is paved with good intentions, so they say, and some believe that no good deed goes unpunished in the end, so it seems. So when the day comes and the sun won't touch my face, tell the ones who cared enough that I finally left this place. That's been so cold. Look in my face, all the stories it will tell I can't erase. The road is long, just one more song, a little something to remind you when I'm gone, when I'm gone. So this is it. I say goodbye to this chapter of my ever-changing life. And there's mistakes, the path was long, and I'm sure I'll answer for them when I'm gone. When I'm gone.
Nice. I like that transition from that very raspy, rock influenced vocalization here to that softer gone. Like, that was nice. Well, it wasn't with as much vibrato as what I just did, but it was a nice transition going from rock to soft. I'm not sure if he is a baritone or a tenor, but I do feel like he has a somewhat of a range to hit those lower notes, but then also belt at higher levels. I could see his voice being perfect for just those heavier songs and some serious rock. If I saw correctly, they're a nu metal band. Is that right? Not even really sure what nu metal is. What is nu metal? Spelled as an N-U. And you guys can let me know in the comments below, because I'm sure many of you know it's a subgenre of metal, of alternative metal, combining elements of heavy metal with elements of other genres such as hip-hop, alternative rock, funk, industrial, and grunge. They have drawn influences, nu metal bands have drawn influences from a variety of musical styles, including multiple genres of heavy metal. Okay, nu and u as in the actual word new, N-E-W. Okay, neat, cool voice. Like I said, we have to take into consideration this is probably after a long concert. This is live, right? But very neat voice. I really like that rasp. You could tell he has a good rock voice, strong. And the song was fairly straightforward when it comes to composition. Obviously, it was more of a stripped down acoustic version, a beautiful way to possibly end a concert, right? Just really get that personal up close moment with the artist and with a song. The lyrics say, "So this is it, I say goodbye to this chapter of my ever-changing life. And there is mistakes, the path is long, and I'm sure I'll answer for them when I'm gone. So when that day comes and the sun won't touch my face, tell the ones who cared enough that I'll finally left this place." So yeah, I think this is bigger than just a relationship ending. This is, to me, implies death. Because our life is full of chapters and ever-changing chapters, ever-changing life. And we make mistakes, the path is long. And it implies, to me at least, this idea of we'll answer for them, right? Be it in the afterlife, be it before God, be it in the consequences of our actions and the impact it has on those we leave behind. And then it speaks of when the sun won't touch my face, right? When we pass away, when we cross over. Tell the ones who cared enough. Also interesting way to word that. Those who love us, those who care enough. Because there's many that don't even know we're gone. There's many that don't care. Those who do care enough, tell them I finally left this place that's been so cold. This place that's been so cold. Interesting, right? Going to a place where the sun doesn't touch your face anymore when you go back to the dust. Or depending on your faith, your body returns to the dust. But then also talking about this place as an earth, this life that's been so cold. Look at my face, all the stories it will tell. I can't erase. The road is long, just one more song. A little something to remind you when I'm gone. Very somber and beautiful way of talking about death. In the second verse, it speaks of the road to hell along the way is paved with good intentions. That's a saying I've heard before. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. This idea of many people mean well, but they're still headed towards death. The road to hell is you're still headed to hell. You know, you're still headed to destruction, even though many people mean well. And I think that in itself is, you guys know we're about music and psychology here, that in itself is an interesting concept because intentions do matter. What is at the heart of it matters a whole lot. It's something I don't think enough people look at. We often generalize and we box things in, and there's a lot of extremes floating around, it would appear, especially when we look at the news and social media. But more than not, I would say it's often a case-by-case situation where it takes wisdom and discernment to see a situation and to have the compassion and the wisdom to look at it for what it is, which is an individual situation. But because we're human and we look to familiarity for a sense of control and safety, it's easy just to box things in, and it's harder to say, okay, you're acting like someone that has done this before. You behavior reminds me of someone. You said something that triggered something else in me. And instead giving that person the benefit of the doubt, looking at them for themselves as an individual, case by case, and assessing things that way and looking at, okay, what is the intention here? Why do we say the things we say? Where is this coming from? Why do we do what we do? So intentions do matter, but at the same time, what's the point if you have good intentions but you're still doing wrong, right? I could mean well, or I think I mean well, right? Our heart is so profound and deep that even in that case, sometimes I think we fool ourselves, maybe thinking we mean well, but our actions would speak otherwise. So it's both and to me. Intentions matter, but our actions do too. And if we're headed to hell, what's the point of just good intentions? Those are my thoughts on that saying. But he includes this here in the second verse. And some believe that no good deed goes unpunished in the end. Another saying. So when the day comes and the sun won't touch my face, tell the ones who care enough that I finally left this place. This is it, I say goodbye. And again, Reno repeats. The melody is very catchy. You guys know I like talking about that since I, as a singer-songwriter myself, enjoy those things. When I find a good hook, da 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 da, you know, like that's catchy. You know, you can sing along to that. But the idea of it is very existential to me. This concept of leaving, of dying, of leaving something behind, reflecting on what you leave behind, this cold place, and reflecting on, you know, the last song, that those chapters of this ever-changing life. And that's a fitting way, again, if this was truly the last song of the concert, a very fitting way to end and reflect on goodbyes, right? I think a lot of people that love music, love art, they can appreciate dealing with some of those heavier topics. So I liked it. It was fairly straightforward, but it was beautiful. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, guys, and click the bell so you can be up to date on everything going on. I'm glad you stopped by. I'll see you on the next one. Ayo!